What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Brutal Planet Comics. I'm your host, Dre the Brute Daniels. Happy Monday to you all. I hope you had a fantastic weekend. This weekend I checked out Scott Pilgrim Takes Off, and you saw how excited I was on Friday. This is what I'm doing this weekend. All my other plans have now changed. I am looking forward to this. I can't wait to dive into it. This looks like a whole lot of fun, and it looks like it's a homage to all the great Scott Pilgrim stuff from years past. I am fired up. But since watching it, well, what can I say?
I'm not happy, Bob. Not happy.
Another traditional bait and switch modern take on something beloved. I blame myself for being hopeful and all that other. We'll get into all the gushy emotions in a little bit, but I'm gonna lose my freaking mind during this review. But so let's just talk about the good stuff before I just rip this thing apart. First of all, the art style is tremendous. The comic book's coming right off the page. It looks and feels like Scott Pilgrim. It's very, very well done. Shout outs to the whole animation team. You all did a fantastic job. The voice work is flawless. It feels just like the old Scott Pilgrim movie. They got all the voice actors come back. That stuff was tremendous. The action sequences are very good. The main standout to me was Roxy versus Ramona Flowers in a video store, and they're jumping in between a bunch of different movies, a lot of different like styles and genres. That stuff was really cool when the action sequences are actually there. So on that, they get a thumb up. You know what else deserves a thumbs up? My Indiegogo for Trouble, The Rhythm Within. I am so excited to be bringing this to everybody. If you want to support it, I'll leave a link in the description section below. You guys are amazing. Outside of that, this show really falls off a cliff. So, spoilers are coming, everyone. Prepare yourselves. So, the story is that instead of Scott beating Matthew Patel, he loses the fight. Everybody thinks he's dead, and Ramona is now the lead of the show, and we follow her as she tries to uncover if he was really dead or not, because she suspects that he's still alive because she can hear his voice in the subspace highway. It gets lame very quickly, because there's one thing I want in my Scott Pilgrim show. Hold up. It's Scott freaking Pilgrim. He's in the first episode. They kill him off for the next 5 episodes. Then he shows up at the end of the 7th because future Ramona is the GOAT and has time travel and whatever. And then the finale happens. Nothing of value happens in this joint. The story is absolute garbage. Essentially, the show becomes the Ramona show, and she's just on a brigade to try to discover what happened to Scott because she knows he's not dead. Somebody made a portal, took him somewhere, whatever. And it's just her having a redemption tour. She's just going to all of her exes and what have you, and saying sorry and stuff. And rage quit. It's a waste. Like, nothing happens. It's just like going to person. Where were you when Scott died? It's lame. It's lame. It's lame. And it gets even lamer as the joint goes along. I felt myself looking at my watch. I was so freaking bored. It's insane. Oh, and there's this absurd subplot with Matthew Patel because he kills Scott. He challenges Gideon Graves for the right to own his company and wins because, gotta, knock that white man down a peg. Like, this is just ridiculous. And it even states in the, hey, yo, I'm a high-level boss and you're not, but he beats the tar out of Gideon Graves. It's all ridiculous, and it doesn't make... Oh, God. And Matthew Patel takes over the G-Man company, and all he wants to do is run a musical and run the company to the ground. Like this is just dumb. So, essentially, the big bad of the movie is future Scott, because he's such a annoying, useless man baby in the future, and he feel like he ruined his life by dating Ramona, so he pulls past Scott into the future to avoid him dating Ramona. God. Avoid him being a hero and defeating all the evil exes because eventually he makes a mistake or they have some type of issue in the relationship and he's not mature enough to handle it. It's boring. It is boring, and it's counterproductive to the character. So they pretty much undo Scott Pilgrim versus the World, and this is the new future of Scott being useless. I hate this. I hate this trope. This is disturbing. It's disgusting. I hate it. So essentially at the end of this movie, even older Scott, which ages 10 years, that because future Scott didn't stop want to date Ramona, becomes an all-powerful evil man baby and runs from responsibility and blah 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 blah, teleports everybody into a different dimension and he fights everybody.
Nobody cares.
And he whoops they monkey tails, but then it turns into an absolute farce. I kid you not. Oh, even older Ramona comes back into this dimension, and I can't make this up. Past Ramona fuses with old Ramona because she accepts herself. She chooses herself or some bizarre nonsense and literally becomes Super Ramona. Essentially a god. I can't make this up. And she just sends future old Scott back to his time and sends everyone else back to their time, and it's over. There's no big, nobody learns anything, nothing is achieved, and it's a complete waste of time, and it was so disappointing. No big, massive explosion. No, nothing fun and cool like that. Just everybody, like, I have ascended beyond a Super Saiyan and I choose to be blah, 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 blah. Lame. This was lame. So ultimately, what do I think? First of all, I blame myself. I blame myself for being hopeful that I was actually going to have something beautiful and fun. Despite all the things I fought against, despite the fact that I know everything is garbage, there's still always a little piece of me that wants something good and fun to happen. And every single time I'm played for a fool. They put this on a Scott Pilgrim, but it should have just been said Ramona Flowers takes off. But they know they can't sell it this way. They have to put Scott Pilgrim's name in, even though it's going to be an absolute bait and switch, and he's going to be absolutely useless in this entire dag-on show. And you tell me a Scott Pilgrim show, well, guess what I want to see? Scott freaking Pilgrim doing Scott freaking Pilgrim things. But no, I can't have that. I can't have nice things. But so this is what we have to contend with. It is disappointing. Now, once again, credit. Art style, tremendous. The voice work, very good. The action sequences, when they're actually on screen, mwah, chef's kiss. But everything else about this was an absolute debacle. I can't believe I fell for it. I can't believe I allowed myself to hope. This was a waste. This is Scott Pilgrim in name only. I am freaking hurt.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, I'm done. Maybe you guys check it out. Maybe you feel differently than I do. Let me know in the comment section below. Maybe you really liked this. Maybe you really enjoyed it, but this is not what I wanted. This was not for me. I was legitimately disappointed, and maybe you guys feel differently. So let me know in the comment section below, and do those great YouTube things like, comment, subscribe, and share the video. As always, you guys have been awesome, and I'll catch you all next time.